I know you wrote an article. What are your thoughts? Rutenberg comes in, Schwartz goes. Do they miss a beat? Can they be good? Can they be better?
I think by and large they'll be fine. I think there's this ever since Jim Schwartz left, and really ever since the season ended, it feels like the Jim Schwartz legend has grown by the day. He's become, uh, a Mike McDonald level defensive schematic master, and he's a really good defensive coordinator. He certainly oversaw the development of a defense that was, a bottom 10 defense the last year of Joe Woods and became over the last 3 years, it's been the best defense in the league by EPA per play, all those 3 seasons combined. So Jim Schwartz was a great hire for this organization. He did a great job running that defense. That being said, Jim Schwartz mostly leaned into the talent he had with his scheme, and that talent improved while he was here. So I just think that while there might be some learning curve for going from a long-time defensive coordinator to a first-time defensive coordinator, I'm open to that. I think the defense is still going to be good because the players are still going to be good, and Mike Rutenberg's not going to reinvent the wheel here. He understands that 2026 is not the time to start dropping Myles Garrett into coverage and bringing you don't need to bring simulated pressures with this team. You get home with 4, right? He blitzed a lot in Atlanta. I think that'll be an interesting wrinkle to see how he deploys that weapon with this team, which, Devin Bush was, if they bring him back, he was a really good blitzing linebacker last year. We'll see what happens there. He's also been described as a coverage guru, a guy who knows how to disguise coverages pretty well. The Browns were pretty steadfast and like, hey, Tyson Campbell and Denzel Ward are really good press man corners, so we're going to do that. I don't think Mike Rutenberg is going to look at that, turn on that tape and say, we need to reinvent the wheel here. I think the defense is going to be okay, and there could be some, if we get the right mix of what worked well with the straightforward approach from Schwartz and what Rutenberg can do with, disguising coverages and maybe bringing some more exotic blitz looks to the table. Maybe there's a marriage here where they can even take another step. And you gotta remember, Andrew Berry said when they hired Todd Monken, this is the 8th youngest defense in the NFL. So there's room for internal growth too. So somebody like Carson Schwechter is the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. What's he going to look like in year 2? That's another part of this equation where, just by virtue of developing talent, these guys can get better. And the other thing is, they're not going to just forget the lessons that Jim Schwartz taught them, right? Those teachings are going to stay with you. You're going to apply those lessons under a new coach and maybe some new wrinkles to your defense and maybe some growing pains as a defensive play caller. But at the end of the day, this defense was really good because it had really good players. That hasn't changed.